What's good? Welcome back, Abby Demon Form from K-pop. So, this is from your idol on the stage when he points at his head with his claw. Real cool. Their design is cool. I like the costume and the hat and everything. It's pretty cool. So, I say it was cool. So, like, to get the diagonal of his head, right, I'm going to start with this sort of hat, right, and it goes like, it's real long, right? So, like, starts up here. Now, use a pencil and use an eraser. Okay, so that's like, his head will be like going this way in here. So it kind of like curves around the side here. And then goes up. Like, it actually goes over again. So we'll go, I might as well just keep going while I'm here. And then the top part goes off this way. And then up there. That could be your idol. Okay. And that's like all just dark black and stuff. So his head is like in here, right? So you get like some hair spikes underneath, but his eyes are like down in there. It's probably like along the line of like his hat here. So kind of tricky now to get it on the right spot, but that's the hat. And then like, so his head, and so we'll actually go from here. So from the head we get like the face shape of the brow, so like the side of his face, just to get the eye in the right spot. So we go down, right? And there's some hair under there, but we'll go for his eyebrow area, the brow area here, and his cheekbone pops out there as well. Okay, so that's like the side of his face, which comes down to his chin. So there's some hair under there, so like just like some hair spikes, general kind of. And then I think we can see, what is that? Is that hair? Should be hair, right? And I think there's like hair here. Okay, just coming out from behind. So like his eye is in this spot along here. When your brow curves out like that and in at the most inner point, that's where your eye socket like is. Okay, so his eyes are very thin, big eyelashes, but very thin demon eyes, right? And like the eyelashes flick out there. Right, and then the bottom eyelid line is along. Up to there. And we don't have that much of an eye, like an eyelid on top. It's like just where his sort of makeup, like the shadow around their eye is. So it's like in here. So you could call it an eyelid line, I guess. But this is kind of be where their eye makeup ends, or, you know, around their eye. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, and then this sort of yellow glowing iris demon eye in there. Are his eyes round? No, we're going to do them thin. They look kind of a bit round, actually. I thought Baby Saju was the only one with. And you can do them black if you want, but they're kind of like glowing red or orange in the show. So it's up to you, really. So next we can see his eyebrow, and he has like real sharp angular eyebrows, right? So we get like a little spike there at the front, and then they go up and down over this brow area, just there. And then he's got a little hook on it back here, so it goes like back here, and then it like hooks in and then goes back down again. That will be your idol. Right, and then his other eye across from this, you're about eye width now in this case. So just because of his head tilt, kind of the width of this eye comes over, and we are diagonal. So we're following this hat line. So we want it to be in line up there. And then we go over again. Very, very slender. With sort of big eyelashes, right? So kind of like dark and spiky on the end. And then the bottom. Across like that sort of shape, right? There's like an eyelid line. So this is like where the eye sort of mascara stops in there. Right, and then his glowing yellow demon eye. The eyebrow again, kind of spiky at the front, comes all the way back and down, very arched. Spiky. Like that. And we can see like some hair spikes, you know, his fringe kind of coming down. Does it come over his eyebrow a bit? Yeah, it does a bit. Goes down there for his sideburn kind of. There's all beads and stuff. So he's got like a wide bridge on his nose. So like it goes, say from the eyebrow here, and it kind of bends out and down like that. It's different to the others. Right, and then the nostrils. Like so, and then the skin of it around the side here. Underneath your skin. like the way his nose is anyway. Right, and he's got a big evil sort of grin, right? So it's quite wide. So we go like to there, right? And then down. Open mouth so we can see like his teeth in here. So say like the bottom lip then, so this is go. There's a lot of shadow in there, but we'll go like this. All right, so can I open mouth smile? And then maybe we'll do teeth like a fang. We'll kind of exaggerate this, maybe like just make it more kind of sharp like that. And then these bumpy teeth. Right, and then I'm just going to color black all around. And just have the white of the teeth sticking down. I know sometimes you can see his tongue in there, but I think just for a drawing, it's easier to do it this way. Yeah, it's kind of accurate as well, you know. So then his bottom lip, so his lip kind of goes that kind of a thing. Right, and then like chin, very strong sort of masculine chin on him, right? And his cheekbone comes out, and then he has a long sort of face that comes down this way, joins the chin. And his jaw, so we got like beads that kind of cover some of his jaw, but we'll draw it in, you erase afterwards. It's easier to kind of like draw in first the shape. Some of the beads will cover this, but he's got like a strong chin, right? And his ear is like in this spot, right? So his ear is like here, just underneath his finger, kind of. The beads all come down here. So what am I looking at? There's like a bit of hair in here above his ear. And then like his sideburn is like between his finger and his eye. So there's some ear lines, I guess, first. So this is kind of like covered by the beads that come down behind his finger. There's more hair up here. Can't see his markings, so I'll have to make that up a bit, I think. So he's leaning proper forward. So the hand is like here, and then it joins his jacket, and his other arm is like out this way. So his shoulder is real high up on this side. So it's probably easy. We'll get that. We'll just go this way for the shoulder on this side because it goes pretty much off the page, right? And then he's got like a jacket on, it looks like, which cuts off his ear a bit there, right? So this is like his other arm, so which is there. So then this arm goes this way. Okay, so demon hands. So there's like a big spiky one here. Well, they're all spiky, but this one touches his eyelash. And then the beads come down from there, but we get like his fingers in first. So they're very sort of bumpy claws, right? And then this one goes down. Around to there. Right, so these two fingers are kind of like together. And then the pinky one. And his hand kind of goes back just into his sleeve there. Right? This other finger kind of disappears in behind the hand there as well. So these are these fingerless glove areas. So we can see like the bottom of his hand a bit there. Where does that go then? I think it just goes back into his sleeve that way. Not sure. It's not clear. And his thumb is all blurred out. I think it goes behind his ear. So, like this. I think it's back in there. But that could be his shoulder as well. So I'll finish this arm. So we just got like a sleeve, that sort of loose sleeve hanging down there. And the top of it will go off to his elbow. Hanging down. Like goes into his armpit. It's all sort of blurry, so they don't put much detail into it. Like obviously the costumes are very detailed, but when they do like different sort of zooms in and out, like things disappear. So this jacket sort of comes out from behind his neck. Things are very blurry in there, so I think that's his arm. But if I was to guess, so this jacket goes wavy down there, and there's like two like metal studs or something here, metal piercings maybe, like in the jacket, and then it goes around up to the shoulder. And the inside of this. So I'm going to guess this now. So I guess this comes down. This is like the inside of his jacket, maybe. Not entirely sure. It's kind of wavy. And then the other side. So I'm thinking there's like a t-shirt here, and then the jacket should probably wave itself like down there somewhere. But I could be way wrong about that. I guess we gotta do the beads, because that like covers a certain amount of stuff. Covers like the side of his head there. Yes, we'll do the beads. So coming down from his finger. So I think it comes out from underneath his hair, maybe here. So you're doing like 3 sections of round beads and then long ones. So then there's some of his hair, I think, just like in there. Doopy-doo. And then this goes down. It's like a big one on its own there. And then we get back into the same section, 3 and right, and then I think he's got some chains or necklaces or something here. So I'll just, roughly get them. And he's got like a top of his t-shirt or something there, which goes back behind the neck. So just roughly getting this stuff in now. So it all just goes up by his face there. Right, nearly there. So this is all just like real dark. You can't see anything really. So we got like beads coming out from this side as well. Same pattern. And this should be his arm, I think. And last but not least, some markings on his face. So what way are his markings? They're not too visible. I think they just like angle up. Like onto his chin, like here, maybe. So again, these are done with purple, really, not so much a dark line, but just for the purposes of knowing where everything goes, I will do it with black line. Because they're not too clear. Probably some on his neck as well. Just putting an edge line to this hat on just on the rim. Right. Oh, we can see some of his hat back here. I nearly missed that. I think that's everything. Demon Abbey. from K-pop. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.